Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. The markets overnight were very whipsawed as the dollar index, which measures the greenback strength against a basket of 6 major currencies, staged another downturn and found support again at 103.80 after printing an intraday low of 86. On the rebound, the market closed above 104.20. Therefore, the price action was relatively whipsawed. And looking at the Australian dollar, the struggle still at 65.35 to break through this key level. And after posting a long-legged doji, the market is relatively weaker in terms of the Friday start. Looking towards the support though, I feel the market should find around 64.40-45 a potential base and see a rebound and eventually take out this top side. It seems that the dollar index is continuing to weigh on that support at 103, and if it breaks, then looks towards 100 as a potential target. This will set some of the objectives for some of the currencies, with the Australian dollar looking towards 66 to 67 cents. The euro also a little bit mixed overnight, but still holding relatively well. I feel there is still potential to the upside, but not likely to see a break of 109.30, which it coincides with 103.80 for the dollar index, and then therefore sees the rally on towards 110 for the euro. Dollar yen a little bit mixed and weaker too, and coming in towards that support level seen around the lows of 150. I feel the market should eventually take out that level and eventually head towards a key support of 148.75 to 149 and reassess from there, as a break will give further scope towards 144. Sterling a little bit whipsawed and closes relatively flat. Nevertheless, the technicals are still somewhat firm, and therefore I feel while we're holding above the key level of 123.80-85, then we should see eventually the top side challenge around 125.60, 65 and reassess from there. A little bit in terms of firmness for the gold as the market rallies on and now reaches and clears the objective of 1,970. And putting a little bit more up step here, we can see the market is destined to maybe try and take that challenge back to 2,000. In light of the technicals, they have firmed up. Along with that, with this week's stab to the downside at 1,924 key level, found good support, has put a little bit more, potentially a short market, and therefore a squeeze is in play, and then look up towards anywhere from 1,990 to 2,000, and then eventually see a reversal and look back towards the bottom side of the range around 1,950. In oil, the market failed to hold at that key level of 74.5 and took it out. And from there has posed further threat to the downside, and maybe towards $68 a barrel. The technicals are still somewhat heavy. Likely to me is that the market was relatively strong at the beginning of July and got long all the way, and ever since then has not been able to achieve its objective, with many people talking of $100. And now from there the market seems to be taking out all the longs, and stop losses are being triggered given by the size of these candles. So therefore a little bit more further stop losses likely to be played now that 74 is broken, and then look towards the region, as I mentioned, around $69 to $70. Well, that's a wrap for the week. Thank you very much for joining me, and as always, look out for the intraday report. I hope you enjoy the great start to the new weekend.